What's up, always right?
You're not always right.
You.
No, I am not always right.
Well, we already know that.
Record that.
Huh?
Record that.
It's
Oh,
recorded.
wait, that's a Mavs shirt, isn't
Yeah, I
it?
wore this for you.
I'm going to cut that one out and say, I'm never right.
I like
Well,
that.
that's a true statement.
That's a perfect clip. Is this copyrighted?
You're copyrighted.
I
That beard's
should- I should
copyrighted.
be.
It's the remix.
Yeah, the remixes we've been okay with, but
Right,
I still want
100%.
something more branded for us. I mean, kind of like quirky,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I know we're excited about the Olympics. We're going to be talking about that today, so I'm pumped.
Yeah.
And then I
we-
think this is perfect if you do something special like the Olympics.
Yeah.
Change it to this or something.
I mean,
Yeah.
we are like been watching and grilled the Olympics. The funny thing about it is we're watching them live,
Yeah.
and then we watch the replay
At night?
Yeah.
It's like, and we still get excited because like I know we've already watched them win gold, but
Yeah, right.
I'm pumped. So I can't wait to talk about our favorite sport, favorite Olympian.
Xander Schauffele leading the
and
golf
also,
team right now.
have we been watching the Kevin Hart after show?
No.
Oh my gosh, you're missing out.
Never
That's
even
some
heard of it.
we'll have
funny
to put that
shit.
on the list.
Yep.
What's it
Anyways.
on? What's it on?
It's after. Well, it's
It's on HBO, isn't it?
Oh, it's
no,
on
it's
HBO?
literally after the Olympics on
Oh,
Peacock.
God,
They do
no,
like
I
a
know.
funny.
Oh, that's
yes.
Peacock. We're watching NBC.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
watching
it's on
NBC,
Peacock. Yeah, it's an after the
It's only on
Olympics thing.
Peacock, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And so Kevin Hart's like making fun. They're just heckling.
Well,
him.
I mean, I've enjoyed Snoop Dogg's takes off. it.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
mean
he's
how
can
the
you
new
not?
grandfather of America?
and he brought his best friend over there today. Martha Stewart arrived today, and he's apparently scared of horses, and
They're
that's what they're going to
sleeping in the
be
same
in
bed.
tomorrow. So they're like, "Are you going to get on a horse?" He goes, "Oh hell no! I got carrots, I got apples. I'm going to feed them." You know, but so
Laced with THC.
yeah, probably. Folks, welcome to another episode of Buddies, Booze, Banters, Unfiltered Conversations. I'm Rick.
Michael.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Brian.
Awesome. I mean, it's been a couple of weeks, but we're going to drill straight into some exciting things that we've got going on in the world today coming out of Paris. And that is, of course, the 2024 Summer Olympics. Woohoo! Yeah, I mean, I don't know, what are some of your all's favorite outtakes so far? I mean, I think we got another 10 days left or so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Outtake. I mean, I saw some gymnastics a couple nights ago. They were just falling left and right, and
I've noticed
Gymnastics,
that, but I've noticed on gymnastics, it's every country, they seem to be a little bit unstable. It's really
Well,
weird from the past.
when you're on a 4-inch,
No, I get that, but I mean, maybe it's just the caliber.
look, we get
nowadays.
it, Michael. On a 4-inch anything, you're unstable.
Yeah, we understand that, Mike. We understand that you make it work.
yes. But I mean,
Just that, yes.
Oh, Lord.
Silent radio silence.
Well, that took 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, there was an innuendo.
100%.
I was talking about the beam.
Yeah,
Y'all were
so
thinking,
we-
y'all
I
were
call it
thinking
my
about
beam.
something
Long
else.
beam.
Yeah, we all have names for it.
Long
I call it
4-inch beam.
my long bean.
We all have different names. You know, it's okay.
No, but the first week, I mean, gymnastics and swimming had been the most dominant for the first week.
Especially for the gold. Yeah.
As usual.
Well, I mean, for the women, I mean, they got the U.S. women got the team gold, and then for the all-round, they got first and third.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
Simone Biles.
Yeah,
and
let's
Suni
talk
Lee.
about Simone Biles. I mean, that girl is a phenomenal.
Yeah, was she 28?
She's 27 years
27.
old, and obviously, you know what she's getting a lot of pushback, and I don't want to obviously say who because you're going to say I'm getting into the politics side of things, but she's getting a lot of pushback
what I would
because
expect.
she pulled out of the 2020 Tokyo, for her mental health. Which, hey, I got to admire her. for
Otherwise,
that.
she could have won it 3 Olympics in a row.
Absolutely, and I know
Guaranteed.
that she won a silver there as well. But then she had to back out of it, and the fact that they're bashing her for that, she decided to say, "I'm going to take care of myself."
Right.
And then she comes back and she wins gold twice.
But
I mean-
she came back and started talking crap, I think, about the coaches and how bad they were to her.
Yeah,
and stuff
well,
like
I mean,
that.
I think it has a lot to do with her mental health.
Yeah.
Well, but there was the sexual things that happened where the guy
Yeah.
from the
Apparently that always happens even in the beginning of gymnastics,
it's
too.
I think it's on a male and female as well.
Yeah.
But now I talked to somebody yesterday, and there's obviously, I think it's on Netflix or Amazon Prime, and there's a 2-episode thing about her particularly, and that where she talks about it.
I've heard- yeah, I think I've seen
and
that.
I've heard nothing but great things about those episodes, to be honest with you. So I'm going to definitely look at them because I think that it kind of gets you a kind of a deep dive understanding of exactly she went through. I mean, and despite bashing somebody, I have to give her credit. I mean, the woman's just phenomenal.
She
Yeah,
is.
she is unbelievable.
God, and all the pain she has, like always having to wrap stuff
and you
up
mentioned
and still
Suni
go
as
through
well.
it.
I mean, Suni obviously has serious medical issues, 2 of them that she'd been diagnosed a couple of years for, and she came
kidneys.
back and now with a gold and a silver.
Yep.
I mean, you got to say, wow.
Yeah.
Or was it a bronze?
She got the bronze.
Bronze, okay, but
She got a
still.
gold
Yeah.
for the team.
For the team, but a
but
bronze.
for the bronze for the all around.
I mean,
where
there's-
she had to do the best floor exercise and
she
got
did.
it.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
definitely did. I
They
mean,
just
I'm
have-
just impressed with those 2 women, to be perfectly honest
I'm
with
impressed
you.
with any gymnastic female's legs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and they're so
All
petite,
muscular.
too. I mean,
Oh
it's
my
just,
God,
it's
yeah.
amazing how small they are. And I
And they still get 12 feet in the air
Yeah.
to flip.
that's the crazy thing. It was like, I kept saying this, like, how high can she go?
Yeah.
I mean, it was
insane.
like 12 feet up in the air.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still a little bit of a springboard, even in the floor, tiny
Yeah.
bit, but it's just insane.
It is. I mean, and I saw an outtake on, I think it was probably TikTok the other day or something, because obviously they're all really talking about her. And I guess she was doing a throw the first ball out at some baseball game. And she did a little flip right there on the actual,
Oh, God, yeah.
pitcher's diamond. And then threw the ball, did a great job at it. And then she walks up to the actual catcher. And I guarantee you, she looked like an ant compared to
does,
him. I mean,
she's like, what, 4'11", I think?
I mean,
So,
I don't even think that.
4'10", maybe?
Maybe like 4'5" or 4'2".
Oh, she's
she's
taller,
taller
than
than
that.
that.
She's
Really?
at least 4'10".
I mean, I was like, damn, that girl's so small and so thin too.
And her husband was there rooting her on.
The football player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Packers tight end.
Well, it was kind
well,
of funny.
no, he's with Chicago now.
Is he Chicago
This
Yeah,
now?
he's
season-
Chicago Bears still, yeah.
Okay.
This season, he's with Chicago.
But he was sitting in the stands with her parents,
Yep.
taking statistics down to see where she was going to end up. I mean, that is the coolest thing ever. So I mean, I thought that was great. And of course, her parents, which is she's adopted. So her whole history, a lot of people are starting to really learn about it. Exactly how she was adopted by her I think her maternal grandparents or something like that, and that she actually has 2 other siblings who were not adopted by them. So I mean, it's very interesting to hear her history and all that. So,
Well, and one thing just throw a little politics in here. Did you see her tweet?
I did see her tweet, and everybody's talking about it, especially on the mainstream media at the moment, where she says, "I love my black job."
I love my black job.
Yeah, you know how everything's about black jobs on the Republican side now,
Yeah,
and which they're all trying to figure out what the fuck is a black
black
job.
job.
Well,
sounds
she's like,
nasty.
"I love my black job."
Brian, you can't afford it, so don't ask what a black job is.
Yeah, don't.
And so, I mean, so far for the women's
Gotcha.
gymnastics,
He's all awkward
I don't have
and
a
weird.
comment back.
the women's gymnastics has gone really well. Got the gold for the team.
Now, is it done for them?
No. Because starting tomorrow, they're going to do the individual events.
Okay.
I thought they
And
already had
No, no, that was overall.
They
individual.
did the all round.
all around individual.
Now they're doing
The individual
Now they're
ones.
going to do events. So like
I
they'll do
see.
a floor exercise,
and you get a gold for that.
Yeah.
And you'll get a gold for that.
So our little horse boy,
Well-
the Penn State boy who actually kind of gave the gold for the guys,
No, the bronze.
the bronze. I guess he can actually get a gold from there.
Yeah,
Oh, the pommel horse dude?
because on the
But
mid,
that's all
on
he
the,
does.
on the men's
Yeah.
side, they did
mean,
well. They got the
blind.
bronze for the
Yeah.
team.
He's practically
What do they
blind.
call him? Clint Clark
Clark
Kent?
Kent.
Yeah,
Clark Kent.
because he can't see a damn thing. And as he was preparing, I know I jumped off on another side, but
Right.
it was so
Sorry.
funny as he's preparing to get onto the horse or the pommel, whatever they call them. You can see him like squint an eye, like.
Yeah.
And I'm
Because he
like,
says he
oh,
can't-
He's a badass.
He says he can't. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You turned me down.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
No,
I plugged this in.
Oh, can I?
Oh, you were always there. So.
Paranoid.
Yeah, you were
Mark.
always there,
Okay,
Mike.
I'm just hearing a little less
Oh,
out
no.
here.
I see. There you go. Try that.
All right.
Better now.
I knew I heard something was going on. Something was
Well,
like,
we do have to
wow.
adjust your volume every so often.
I hit a button. I'm sorry,
But
Michael.
I mean, he's a nerd, and he's becoming an internet sensation.
Yeah.
International star, to be perfectly honest with you. They're saying that you are actually, what is it? Anybody with glasses, you're representing us. And
Oh,
again,
geez.
he can't even wear contacts.
He's that bad.
Yeah, he has astigmatism.
Astigmatism, that's what it is.
So
yeah.
I mean, I know that he's wore goggles before when he's been on there, but
Yeah.
he says it's just easier without them.
Because he doesn't have to see. He knows
No,
exactly
he says it's
what
all
it is.
fill. And
It
that
is.
is actually even more amazing because he knows the width of the horse because you see him when he gets up there and him and the coaches are adjusting and it's based on what he feels.
Right.
That is just astronomically phenomenal in my opinion. I mean, It's like a blind person, just who can walk in a room because they know where everything is.
And I mean, to pick the players on the team, they're always looking at what's the best category. I mean, the best percentage you can get for the most points.
Yep.
And the horse has always been one where the U.S. doesn't do
Much
high
of anything.
scores.
Right.
And so he's only doing one event, and that was the pommel horse.
And he had to wait and be the very last
Yeah,
one.
like
to do
3
it.
hours.
Yeah.
He was like over there snoozing.
So he's got so tomorrow. For the pommel horse, he's got the chance to go for the gold.
I wouldn't be surprised if he
I
got
think he
gold or
will.
silver. I mean, I think he's going to get up there for sure.
He will. He'll be a podium for sure.
I mean, and because obviously he's a judge's favorite too. With all due respect, there's always some bias there.
Right.
Let's be honest. There's bias for Simone.
Yep.
She had a couple of those, areas that she did some penalties. Should have gotten penalties, and she didn't get.
Well,
nicked
no,
from.
she did get the penalties, but her routine got more difficulty than
difficulty's
anybody
higher.
else.
Yeah,
She's
she
like
does
a
push herself there.
6.3,
Especially the 11 and a half, 12
and everyone's
jumps.
5.7 or something.
Yeah. I mean, she's way up there. So if she makes a mistake, she's still going to be the average of what the other scores were.
Well, yeah, her last score for overall, I think, was like 15.066 or something like that. It was
And
just
most
like
people are getting like 13.2.
13 or 14.01 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just, again.
Because she's just, oh my God, just look at, so much
Yeah.
turn and all that.
I
So
mean-
we still have like two or three more days.
I will say
to see
also
her, but
Brody-
She's in 3 individuals.
I'll say Brody also on the men's men's
boys.
gymnastics.
The boys.
I mean, he also came back from a serious injury as well.
I thought that was funny.
And
Thank you.
They didn't expect. He had to learn how to rewalk, and he's doing phenomenal as well. I don't know how these. I don't know. I mean, hell, you bang my fucking knee over there, I'm not walking forever.
Well, you're old.
Well, that's beside.
you're crying, too,
I don't cry, but I mean, even when I was younger, it was the same way. But I mean, the sheer stamina and persistence and willpower they give themselves, it's completely admirable, to be honest with you.
Yep. Well, so that's the gymnastics. Now let's
Let's
talk
talk
about
swimming.
swimming.
Golf. Xander Schauffele, he's up for another gold medal, and he won it last 4 years.
Who cares?
4 years ago.
It's
now
just
he's got a chance to
amazing
do
the
it
different
again.
types of sports they have in there. I mean, how about the 3-man basketball? What the hell is that?
Oh, did you and I watch that the other day?
Yeah,
It was
we
like-
did.
I'm like,
I'm
what?
confused,
They bring
right?
Jay-Z paid the Olympics committee to bring in the big three,
Yeah, I mean, like, what is up with this?
and then they do a new one this year called I think it's kayak cross.
Well, yeah,
Now
there's
it's a little
BMX,
different,
and I
so
mean
the
everything you can
BMX.
possibly. I get that they are very athletic type
Well,
sports.
they're
and
trying to
so
get
they-
all these events for younger people to kind of keep the younger people into the Olympics.
Yeah, I get that. I mean,
Yeah.
well, most of them are going to always be young who actually go to the Olympics.
Yeah,
literally
but
is,
but to watch it, I mean, if you have the same old events all the same time, you're not going to watch it. So that way they
Yeah,
introduce
it's still
new-
exciting.
Well, it is, but you got to get news,
Yeah.
blood, and everything else.
Now,
Right.
to the swimming thing, though, I mean, obviously there's a breakout star this year, and it's not American.
no, he's French.
He's French.
Leon.
I mean, that boy is
forgot
like
his last name.
he is like a
Marchand.
fucking shark. I mean, he must have gills on his body or something,
He has a fin going on his feet.
There is something, and the best thing that I love about it is he obviously is being coached by Michael Phelps' coach, who even says it in front of Michael that he is obviously the best
Right.
Yep.
I've ever seen in the entire
And
world.
he gets to do it in front of his country.
Yes.
Exactly. Oh, I mean, 4 gold already.
Oh, and
four gold.
The most important is like when he does the butterfly and he pops up. The
They're
crowd
all-
yells, goes ah, and then he goes underwater, and then they go ah.
Yep.
I have
It's
to, I have to say, it'd be great to have an American get some gold as well, especially on the swimming thing. But to actually have that, as a breakout star in your home country,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
to be
because they were
honest
saying
with you.
Phelps never had that chance.
He
so-
didn't. He never had the opportunity to win gold in front of actually an American audience
Yep.
at home type
well,
thing.
maybe he come back in 2028.
I bet he will.
No, I don't see him doing it again.
I bet he would.
You'd have
He
to-
might
You know,
not
I mean,
win.
his
He-
records are being broken by.
He would have to get rid of
Yeah.
that man bun, though.
Yo, that man
Oh,
bun
God.
sucks, and that beard. What the hell's up with that beard?
Yeah, he can't pull
Well,
off
when
what I
you're
have.
No.
when you're swimming, they do the shave dance, shave or whatever.
Yeah.
But the best thing about Michael Phelps, he's actually rooting for him as well.
He is, yeah. he
talks
talks great things about him.
He,
too,
he wants him
during-
to break the records.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty great. This last one, when he did get gold, he didn't unfortunately hit the break of the record. But I think it was like about 0.2 of a second that he didn't break it by.
Yeah,
something ridiculous.
4/100ths of a second.
Yeah, something crazy.
And
It's just like
because Ryan Lockley still has that.
Oh,
the
yeah.
US.
Ryan does.
he wasn't disappointed. It was Michael Phelps who was.
It just got a lot louder.
Did?
Good for me, Alex.
I'm sorry.
He
No,
probably-
it's
he probably
my.
plugs in.
Wow.
It keeps unplugging and plugging. I'm trying to figure out where it is.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
But swimming, I mean, swimming's been very exciting. I mean, the French have been probably the most exciting with Merchant. I mean, but with the U.S. has been doing well. I can't say there's been a standout person.
Yeah, but they really hasn't been since Michael Phelps, anyways.
I miss Michael
Well,
Phelps.
I will say that the female, what is it, Lackey?
Lebecky.
Lebecky. She's doing really well.
Ledecky.
Ledecky. Okay, Ledecky lost by a lot to Tudis.
What?
You talking about swimming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tudis.
Well, no, it was like, what was it, the 1500? She won by like about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like nobody.
hasn't won everything, though.
No,
the
she
funny
hasn't
thing-
won everything.
No.
Because the
Katie
shorter
Ledecky, that's
ones.
her name.
He was watching that, and I walked into the room, and I said, well, where is everybody else? Because they just
Right.
had the camera on her, and he's like, they're behind
They're
her.
behind her.
Right.
I'm like, oh my
They
god.
can't even keep anyone else in the frame.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. You know,
Well, and then here's something that's not so much about swimming, but it is a swimmer, a Dutch swimmer. They're complaining about the male's bathing suit.
Really?
Apparently, it looks like it's clear
it looks,
through.
It looks like it's very see-through, and it's grabbing a lot of attention.
well, you know that's why he did it.
Well,
I mean, there's no doubt that when he put it on, then they looked in the mirror. He's like, oh, okay,
That works.
yeah.
well, then speaking on that is, I mean,
He didn't win a medal, did he?
I don't think so.
He got attention.
But
Sure did.
I mean, talking about hot candy or whatever, the Italian guy, I can't remember, I don't know his name, but he's won a
The one with the abs that showed when he
And it's just
got
like,
gold
oh,
and
he's
did
got the
that.
hair.
really?
He's
Yeah.
just got that look, and it's just like, oh wow.
Guido?
Well,
There was an Italian
well,
guy
actually,
named
I would
Guido.
probably say that. I mean, everybody's saying he's the most handsome. Then I'm like,
He's great looking.
well,
Michael sure
I don't think
likes
you got
him.
past his abs.
You didn't make it any farther up?
And then keep it on that same kind of subject. Have
Uh-oh.
y'all seen the French diver?
No.
I haven't seen any diving.
God.
Oh, there's this French diver where they wear these tight Speedos.
Yep.
Well, he's got a huge package, and there's this picture, and it's going all over.
So it
the
makes a big
internet.
splash.
Not. Apparently, he's having to adjust himself quite a bit.
A lot.
I mean, it's huge, and it's like, and it's supposedly, and he's a good-looking guy too.
Michael's in love.
And he's also a good
Now you want to know
guy.
why Michael's watching the Olympics.
Oh yeah. So I'm just saying, along that same kind of lines, I just look at that stuff is. But then another thing where I don't know if you'd say is in the same category, but just an unbelievable view is the surfer.
I haven't watched any surfing. either.
From Tahiti,
We're watching
yeah.
women's volleyball on our side of the
Oh
table.
yeah.
Well, but
we
no,
were
no.
watching too.
No,
Yeah,
but it's like,
I
okay,
mean,
they're
that
doing-
6'1", the 6'4" girl. Oh my God, she's huge.
Any of them.
Yeah.
But have
you have
y'all?
the 5'8" one too.
Okay, wait, but y'all haven't seen that surfer, whatever they're doing it in Tahiti.
I haven't
and
seen
the
any
guy
surfing.
had this huge
Oh.
big wave.
The photographer took that
and the
picture? You haven't seen that?
And it's like he's floating in the air with
Really?
his board behind him.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable
Yeah, he
picture.
just hit the biggest wave they'd had, and they knew that the photographer's like, I knew he was
Right.
going to be off the board. They're parallel to each other.
Oh, because he jumped off the board, right?
Yeah, well, he pretty much jumped up, but him and the board, he's actually facing forward, and the board's behind him. It is the most
And it's-
badass.
I think okay.
It's the
yeah,
most
it is
badass
a
picture.
badass picture.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
So what about men's U.S. soccer after
They
doing
suck.
awful in the CONCACAF and making it to the knockout rounds?
They lost.
But they made it to the knockout rounds.
Well, that's good, but
which they made it past their group, which I never expected them to do.
Well, they should have done it in the last in the
CONCACAF.
yeah, but it's like they didn't do it or whatever. But speaking of soccer,
Yeah, let's go to
Have
this
y'all-
controversy.
have y'all heard about the controversy with the Canadian women?
I have not. No.
No.
They're the defending champs.
I thought Japan. Oh, Japan was the year before. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's so cool.
That is cool.
At first I thought it was fake. But literally, I saw when they did the video portion. I was like,
Live.
"That's freaking real."
Right.
But no, the Canadian women are the defending champs.
Okay.
They got no coaches right now.
And so then before it started, the Canadian coach was basically doing a drone over the other team's
Practice
the
it.
check.
Oh my God.
So
At first, they were going to send the whole
doesn't
team.
just happen in the
my
United States,
God.
apparently.
so all the coaches got kicked out or whatever.
Well, they were originally going to send the entire team, just qualify the entire team, but it was just the coaches.
And so then ultimately, then they kept the team, but then the team got penalized 6 points.
Oh my God.
So they were already at.
How do you get out of the
And in
They did.
and in soccer, it's 3 points for a win
Yeah.
and 0 for a loss or whatever. Well, the Canadians,
1 point for a tie.
They went 3-0. So they ended
okay.
up getting 3 points.
Yeah.
And the way
They pulled themselves out of it.
two teams in it, and the way it worked out is they tied for second.
What group were they in? What were the other bad teams that were in there?
Well,
then?
you had some good.
Well,
teams,
they're
but the defending champs.
defending
But
champs.
still,
Right.
And they did it with no coaches.
to go forward with only 3 points, that's crazy.
Well, but it's just like there was one with 6. The one team had 6 points. That there were 2 that had 3, and then one with had 0.
and they had the most goals.
and they had the most goals.
tiebreaker.
So they got basically get to advance
Yep.
to go on. So that was an unbelievable story. Yeah.
That's insane.
And then another unbelievable.
Just the balls just do a drone like
In more ways than
spy.
one.
In one,
Yeah.
in three ways in one.
Exactly. And it was female coaches who did it.
See, that's crazy. Like you hear about it all the time in the U.S., but you don't hear about other teams
Yeah.
doing it across
Yeah.
the world.
Oh,
and now you hear it at the
I'm
Olympics.
sure the Russians, if they were entitled to go there, they're banned, but they would have done
somehow.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they do.
But they would have done it from like 35,000
Yeah.
or something.
and then one other
I
unbelievable
didn't know they had that
event
technology.
was
I'm
women's rugby. Did y'all see that?
I did
Oh
watch
my
all that.
God.
I mean, here it was, as the U.S. has never medaled or anything like that, as they were playing.
I didn't see the U.S.
bronze,
women's, but
Yeah.
I saw
they were,
the
they,
others.
were,
They were
they were
badass.
playing the bronze medal against Australia.
Yep.
And there was like 30 seconds left in time or whatever, and they were basically getting the ball back to their own end, and it was just like, okay, they had to score and kick whatever the extra point or whatever that thing's called or whatever. They kept tackling, and at the last second, the U.S. broke out of a tackle and then ran the
And got
whole
the try.
The entire.
And they got
length
the
of field.
try?
and
Yeah.
made it, and they made the
Nice.
try, and
Yeah.
so they ended up getting the bronze medal. And it was
I will
just-
say this though, I think that female rugby is rougher than American football.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Canadian female rugby player that's bald, and I'm just like, I'm scared shitless of her.
Oh, I would be scared of every single one of those women.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like the All Blacks women, though.
yes, there's been some interesting outtakes. I know field and track was today.
Yeah, it started today, and in the 10,000 meters.
Is that 10,000 or I don't know?
No, there was this long one where it's like about 30 laps around or whatever. U.S.
Isn't that a marathon?
U.S. has never
No.
medaled that in like 30 years.
That would be 40.
And they had the U.S. guy got
thought it
a
was
bronze
60
medal.
years.
60 or 30
So
years.
it's 100 meters around each time, so that would be what?
I thought it was 50 meters.
40?
No, not the
times around
track.
Oh, the track,
4,000
okay,
maybe?
okay, yeah.
Or there is a 10,000 meter,
Yeah,
I
so
think.
it was like 30 laps around.
Most of them I was watching this morning were they were saying, like, even for their females, they were having to run faster than they expected just for qualifying rounds.
Right.
Like, everyone was that much faster than normal.
Well,
so.
I mean, you've got some of the fastest women in the world there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we actually have an American who's the fastest woman in the world.
Yep.
I mean, what are they running from?
Thank God we don't have Usain Bolt go against anymore.
Oh, I just got
Usain Bolt.
an alert. What is it? The golfer?
Yeah.
He's-
Xander Schauffele?
Yeah, he's leading the second round.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, that's good.
He is, yeah. He win back-to-back golds.
I might just stay up all night and drink on my couch and watch the Olympics. It's
Well, but
Friday.
you're
It's
getting
reruns.
they're
It's
rerun-
reruns.
they're
It's only
repeats.
reruns now.
What?
Just stay home from work.
Oh, just
Did you not know that?
no. I knew that. Yeah.
No, he didn't.
did not.
No, he didn't.
No, because it's like when you watch it in the morning and early
Right.
afternoon, those are live events.
Right.
Because they're 7 hours ahead.
And
Right.
then what comes on at night is repeating or showing the stuff that they didn't show earlier or whatever. And sometimes
Right.
they're repeating it or whatever.
They
because-
repeat a lot of the team events.
because it's nighttime there. But one thing we hadn't talked
that
about
means the sun isn't out, Alex.
No, I understand. Did
But
you know
what-
the same sun on the other side as is here?
What's up?
Okay, continue, Michael.
Never mind.
But one thing we did talk about did y'all see the opening ceremony?
I did not. No.
No, I just read about the.
Controversy.
Yeah, but I don't.
What
understand.
controversy?
I mean,
It's again, it's a little political. It's the bullshit Christians
It's
saying
bullshit.
that it was the Last Supper. Well, why don't you look up history? I know you all like to rewrite history.
I mean, is this not the Last Supper?
Well, exactly. Well, not only that,
there's whiskey behind us. They didn't have that.
Jesus right here.
That's the point.
But they had a depiction of the Last Supper with Trump in the middle of it before from Christians.
So
or they have him, plastered against the cross. That's blasphemy, guys.
They just
Come
didn't have
on.
anything to talk about.
But I mean, it was nothing to do with the Last Supper, and unfortunately, NBC failed in how they were presenting it because they didn't actually show the guy hanging,
right?
Eating the fruit or whatever it was. I mean, so it's just. I mean, I blame obviously the media.
I didn't even hear about any of that.
But then I blame the fact that when you look and research, I blame all the Christians.
Right.
But all I gotta say is, forget about all that stuff, controversy. I just thought it was a different, unique style.
Well, they used the whole city. They didn't just use one arena.
The only thing I remember was the piano that was on fire. That was the only thing I saw.
Well, I mean, they had the athletes parade down the river on boats.
On boats.
One of my media
and
friends.
it was pouring hard at that time.
One of my media friends, when she sang Imagine on that little thing, he goes, next time she really needs to make sure that when you're not that well known and you're actually just on a little pile of trash floating down the river singing Imagine, you might want your name up on screen.
That's not racist.
And I'm not a big fan of Celine.
What's up,
but
Black Job?
She did an awesome job.
Oh no! I mean, I honestly think that she was in extreme pain in doing that too.
But she did an awesome job. I'm not a big fan of her, but she
Celine
did.
Dion?
She did an amazing job.
I didn't even know she was a part of it.
I have tickets.
Yeah. She closed the ceremony. She closed the ceremony. She was on top of the Eiffel Tower closing the ceremony.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean, and this was the
That's
first time.
Cool
this was the first time since she's been diagnosed with that stiffness
Yeah.
disease.
Did you even know what she's got?
No, I have no clue.
Mid performance, her muscles could spasm.
Oh,
and it contracts everywhere, including her voice, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's going through significant rehab treatment
What's it
and things like
called?
that right now.
What's the
It's like
disease?
stiffness syndrome.
Bro, it's like 1 in a million people get it or some shit, and she's
Yeah.
got it. It's crazy.
It sucks. Especially somebody with that voice. I mean, she should be able to sing that's what all she does.
That's all, yeah.
But she did a great job. She did a great job in closing the ceremony down for sure. I thought the whole way they handled, the passing of the torch, from Paralympics to finally ended up with everybody from the French teams who had actually won medals over the years. I just thought it was fantastic, and it wasn't done as an individual; it was done as a teamwork.
And they had one guy, which is, I think it was the oldest living French man that won a medal or whatever.
He is the oldest Olympian.
I thought he was French.
He may have been French, but he was the oldest Olympian left with a medal.
But he was French, and it was just like he's in a wheelchair, and it's like he gets it, and then they're pushing him. It was just unbelievable. It's like the way they did it. It was so different. I give them credit. It was so.
Now I am a little bit on the fence about the whole hot air balloon torching. I mean, because apparently it goes up at night and comes back down during the daytime. It stays lit, but I'm like,
oh really?
I mean, I want to see a torch. And this
I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, it's a hot air balloon, and the flames around the base of it.
Right.
I think it's
floated
cool.
It's different.
It's different.
Let's get that on recording.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
I mean, it's one thing if there's sort of some effect they could. I mean, it sits on the ground during the daytime.
Right.
Well, because up in this, but at nighttime you see the flame up in the air.
If it's not raining,
you're still going to see it.
Yeah. Again, I was impressed with the opening ceremony. That was probably the last.
No, you were impressed at the time when it was happening because it kept going up and up, and you had no idea what was going to happen.
I thought it was going to stay up. And maybe circle the city.
That's what he said.
Circle the city the entire time of the Olympics, which would have been cool.
That's true. That would have been cool, but it's still cool. It's different.
Hot air balloon on a rope.
Well, yeah. It's on a little thing there. I mean, what is it like a drone type one would have been cool.
Oh my God, yeah, that would have been pretty cool.
And yes, I know you have to come down and refuel and all that type of shit, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then,
refuel during the day and let it sit all day.
So far, I got to give the Olympics thumbs up or whatever.
Yeah, I think the French did right.
You're always going to hear some complaints and all that stuff but it's
Always.
it's
Nothing's
like the
perfect.
athletes are complaining because they have cardboard beds.
I give the Olympics two fingers in the stink, one in the pink, so it's all good.
But they've been complaining about those cardboard beds for years.
God.
Or as Tom Daly says, anti-sex beds.
That would make sense. Yeah.
But I mean, they're pretty sturdy. The reason
don't
they
need
do it though
diseases running rampant.
is for the sustainability and things of that sort. This is the first Olympics that had actually been less than the projected originally for actually putting them on.
Yeah.
So they're looking at probably about $8 billion to put them on. Tokyo, which is actually the one before that was lowest, was like $14 billion. And what they're trying to do is to get more cities in there to use the arenas or the different where they do the venues that are actually reused versus all. I mean, you go to California or LA. Some of those stadiums sat there just dead.
They did.
They never used again. I mean, you go to Russia. All the ones they did in Olympic time and then whatever they're all like grown over weeds and shit like
China.
that. Right. Yeah. So you're spending billions of dollars. So they're seeing less and less.
That's why less cities are. That's why less cities are bid.
And that's why some of the
Yep.
same cities like Salt Lake City getting it again.
Because the next Summer Olympics are in LA.
They
Right,
sure are in
right.
2028. 28.
Well, Salt Lake City's
yes,
the next one, right? For the winter.
No.
I
They're
can't wait for
they're
winter.
32. No,
No, that's
34.
Brisbane. Brisbane is 32.
34.
Okay.
They just announced. I
Trying
think
to
it was
remember where
34.
the next Winter Olympics
Yeah.
are. They're in Europe. I
Oh,
believe.
it's Italy. Milan.
Italy.
Yeah, Milan. Yeah.
Milan.
Yeah. But again, I mean, it's
Milan.
in order to get kind of like real worldly, you've got to actually kind of reduce the costs that are associated to
But,
these.
it's
impossible.
It's going to be impossible.
Well, no, I think they've done a tremendous problem because you look at when China did it, it was like $100 billion they spent.
That was by choice too.
I
Yeah.
get that because they were trying to put on a show, but I mean,
Exactly.
bottom line is
Those communist countries always putting on a show.
they can build something overnight and tear it down the next day.
And that's
Yeah.
where it's like the big countries are going to end up getting the Olympics because they're willing to spend it.
Well,
where
they have the
other
infrastructure, too,
Where
though.
other countries that are smaller are not going to do it because
Yeah.
they don't have the money and they would go bankrupt.
Yeah, well,
Right.
or you'll look at countries like Italy that has the continent to actually back it up because you need major international airports, you need major roadways, you need major infrastructure, things of that sort. So
Yep.
all these other small countries, to your point, it'll probably never end up in Africa or something like that, just simply because the infrastructure's not there.
Unless it's South Africa.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah,
but
that's
they've
about it.
never had. They've
Or
never
maybe
been there.
Egypt.
We can do the Olympics in my
That's more
bathroom.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah, I probably don't want to know what that is.
The
Apparently it's pretty bad.
The rub-a-dub tucky.
Oh my god.
Did he say Tucky?
He said Tucky.
I
He
meant
did.
ducky.
I know.
Yeah, I think you meant Tucky. Are you doing drag now?
Couldn't figure that one out.
Are you tucking it now?
That was funny.
So-
What's your
are-
drag name?
Tune in for the next episode to find out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll come up with an name
So
for you.
Alex, what has been your favorite event?
Oh my gosh, he's like red. He's like bright.
I know,
red.
yeah. So red.
I'm trying
funny.
I'm trying to
That
change.
was funny.
I'm trying
And
to
his
change the
nose-
subject to something relevant.
And
to
his
our
nose
point.
is more red than the face.
Well, that's because it's bigger than everything else.
So Alex, so what's been your favorite for the first week? What's been your favorite?
I love swim. Yeah,
Swim?
Yeah.
What swim event? Any?
No, yeah, any. I just
Because all his people are in the United States that can swim.
I'm just rooting for all my people.
I would definitely say for me it's gymnastics. I mean, I really just love just the sheer
Yeah,
athletic.
men's gymnastics has been solid.
and female too.
I'm gonna go
I mean,
with rugby or water polo.
No, but
I love
Yeah,
me
I haven't-
some
I
water
haven't
polo.
seen much of the
Oh
water
my
polo.
god, it's so awesome.
For
Or hand-
we did watch
handball.
ping pong for a little bit, didn't we?
Did y'all watch handball?
No.
Handball.
Haven't seen that yet.
So awesome to watch.
yeah.
Well, and what have they renamed? It's no longer synchronized with dancing in the water.
Swimming.
No, it's
not
they gave
synchronized swimming
They gave
anymore.
it some
It's
special like aspect
something
and
dancing.
and men can be involved now.
Yeah, Brian likes the
Oh my
he
God.
likes the underwater reach around. That's his favorite sport.
Yeah, underwater
Underground
basket
reach
weaving
around?
too.
Yeah, that's his favorite sport.
Why would
so
I not
does he do
mind
that
one?
often with you?
I don't know. He just trust me. He texted it to me earlier. He was
Uh-huh.
like, "Man, I really like that
Yeah,
event."
you're coming from the pool in Vegas. I'm not.
4 hours never.
You
left
can't get all
once.
the way under on that one.
I did have to shit once, so I left. To go to-
What else is new?
Did you like my short shorts?
Are you drunk
Well,
already?
to be honest with you, I couldn't get past the belly.
It was awful.
I tucked it in.
know.
I was like,
not the belly.
You even
That's
sucked that
impossible.
in. You
Yeah, I
sucked it
sucked
in,
it. I was
and,
like-
and it still was all belly.
yeah.
Oh my
I can't believe
god!
he wore those shorts. It was ridiculous. He's
No,
got like the
it was
whitest
rockulous is
Mexican
what it
legs I've seen in
was.
my whole life too. They are white as hell.
What, his legs?
His legs.
Yeah.
They are-
Dude,
they're-
I put
ooh.
sunscreen
Dude,
like
you're
underneath the
Hispanic.
shadows.
You're Latin.
my
What's up
God.
with that?
It's white as hell.
You can sit out for like 10 minutes and be brown. What the hell?
Not his legs, apparently.
Why haven't we had a pool party here at the studio?
You have a pool here?
Oh my god,
Yes.
yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is that?
Why didn't we do it tonight? It's 105
Well, we did
degrees
actually
here.
have a party, but you were invited only last minute.
Yeah, we're doing that. Yeah, last minute. It's fine. I'll make the list next time. So,
Well, maybe.
yeah, maybe.
I'm usually the planner of those.
Maybe.
Hey, at least this topic's better than politics.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
God.
well, we'll get on to that next.
That's going to be the
I
next
mean,
the
let
one
me
I
just tell you
don't want.
something. You know, I mean, and we're
I won't
wrapping
be
up here
saying
on this
much.
Olympic side, but I mean, there is a lot to talk about on the politics
Well,
side. Let's be honest.
Rick's
with you.
going to be going for
I
a
think we have
mile
a whole
already.
nother 40 minutes.
I
later.
just need
Oh
another
my
drink.
God.
Anyhow, yeah, we got to get the
But
bartender going.
Olympics are doing well. Let's go U.S. Also, I'm also for other teams
Oh
too.
no,
underdogs.
I'm definitely rooting for Mashawn to do another goal if he does.
Yeah.
I mean, I am 100% in his corner. And even some of
And
the.
more
I mean,
ways than
seeing the
one.
French crowd get so much into him and
I just
yelling
love
when
it.
he
Well,
goes
there's
up
like
near,
long
it's just
lines to get into the arena. I love it. You know, it's
Pretty
like
cool.
Right.
boom, they're really into it. I think Americans would be kind of like,
And
whatever.
as of right now, the French are second in total medals.
Well,
U.S. is one,
Oh.
the French is number two.
Still
not
behind
in
us by like
gold.
20.
Not in gold though.
Huh?
Gold
No,
right now.
total.
Australia's winning in gold.
No.
it's just China, right?
China.
China now.
China.
Oh, wow.
U.S. is not doing so well in gold.
No, but
They're
China,
they're not in the top
The
three.
total count.
We have
the total
6 or
count. But
7.
We got total count.
And to be
but
honest with you, I think a medal is a medal.
Oh, yeah. We'll always have
Yeah.
the most amount of
Yeah.
medals.
Lips
but-
are lips, medals are medals. It's all the
Okay,
same.
folks. Thank you for listening to us here on this episode of Buddies, Booze, Banter's Unfiltered Conversations. I'm Rick, and we're going to shut Alex down.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Alex.
And I'm Brian.
Bum, 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 bum.
I just thought of it. I was watching a video, and a guy actually did what nation has the most medal count compared to the number of athletes they brought. And it was some country had like 0.2 medals or something like that, and the United States was like 0.001 or some crazy number.
Yeah.